All right, hello and welcome. My name is Shauna, and we're going to be doing a short session here of our fitness essentials, a warm up, some core work, and then we'll move into an 8 minute circuit. Here we go. Go ahead and come to your feet. All right, feet just underneath the hips, palms in front of your chest. We're going to do 3 cycles of breathing, kind of get our body grounded. Breathe in, reach up. Fill the lungs with air and exhale. Drop the arms down to the side. Good. Twice more. Breathe and stretch. Exhale, relax. Good job. And last time, really open the chest here. Stretch tall. Breathe and reach. And reach those arms back. Engage the core and relax. Fantastic. We're going to start to twist to the side, hand on the hip. Reach it across the body. Breathe. Very good. From here, we're going to take this into some jumping jacks. Nice and light. If it doesn't work for you to jump, you can go ahead and step as well. You don't have to jump. Good job. Breathing, moving. Some light jumping is really good for our body's lymph flow. Keep our body healthy. Good. Let's go about 5 to 10 more. And rest. We're gonna go wake up those hamstrings next. Feet just underneath the hips, toes straight ahead, slight bend the knees, bowing forward, and stand tall. Engage the glutes. Good. About 5 of these. Call these good mornings. Engine over, standing tall, fire in those glutes. Good job. From there, let's go back to jumping jacks. Good job, chest nice and tall. Good, 5 to 10 more. And we're gonna go single leg hamstrings this time. Slight bend the knee, heel down, toe up, bowing forward, standing tall. Let's get 3 to 5 each side. And up. Good job. And when you're ready, go ahead and switch legs. Same thing other side. You can also cross the arms over the chest. I do like the up behind the head. It helps open the chest a bit more. Nice, steady breathing. You can even pause in that bottom position. Just kind of really feel that stretch. Let's get about 1 more. Good, and relax. Fantastic. Go ahead and walk the feet out, nice and wide. Nice tall chest, classic lunge. You're gonna come to the side, heel plant and knee pushes out, and back to center. Take it to the other side, sitting back into the heel, and up. Once more each side. Get a nice stretch in the inner thigh here, back to center, and switch it up. Very good. Next, we're gonna go windmills. Opposite hand, the opposite leg. Get started about the knee height or so, and start to work a little bit farther. Breathing through. Focus to fire your glutes when you come upright. Fantastic. We're going to come down to the floor next. Come on down to hands and knees. We're going to stretch out those forearms. So I'm going to go palms down, fingers towards you. And just gently sit back and kind of rock side to side here. Realize you can't see my hands. They're just flat on the floor with my fingers towards me. Walk back a little farther. There you go. And now we're going to start to swivel around. And reverse directions. We tend to carry a lot of tension in the wrist, especially when we spend a lot of time on computers or phones. So we want to keep those forearms stretched out, keep the wrist happy. Shake them around, roll them around, and all the way through. All right, let's go ahead and come onto our backs. I'm going to stretch out the low back a bit. Shoulder blades back and down. Nice neutral spine. We're going to start with double knee to chest. So pull both knees in and just kind of rock yourself side to side. good. And then we're going to go feet flat on the ground. We're going to move into a few glute bridges. Open the front of the hips, start to fire the glutes, lifting the hips up and relax down. Just go as far as you're confident here. You don't want any pinching in that low back. And I like to think about pulling that chin into the chest as my hips rise up, just to help open the back of the neck. Let's go a couple more here. On the second one, we're going to hold for about 10 to 20 seconds. If you're not comfortable there, you can always relax back down and repeat that double knee to chest. Otherwise, hips up, pulling those shoulder blades back and down, chin in. Feel free to relax the eyes and breathe here. And down and relax. Very good. So roll onto your side for a quad stretch. Ooh, got some nice static going there. Pull that heel towards the glute. And when we stretch, we want it to be nice and gentle without like really hurting ourselves. It should just be like, all right, yeah, we're opening there, but not to the point that you're super intensely shaking and grimacing your face. Good. Relax and switch sides. Either support on the elbow like I am here, or feel free to lie with an outstretched arm, whichever is most comfortable. Watch the position of your shoulder. So instead of kind of being rocked forward here, shoulder back and lifting up out of that bottom shoulder. Very good. One more time, back to your back for 2 knee twist. So again, set the shoulder blades well, head neutral, except we're going to bring the legs to the one side and look over the opposite side. Keep the core a little bit engaged here and just go as far as you feel confident. It's pretty normal to have a couple little adjustments through there. I know my back will often release with this stretch. It should feel good to you, not painful. And just as you're ready, side to side here. All right, very good. We're gonna go into set 1 of 3 with some core work. We have side planks tonight, starting with 40 seconds on each arm. We're gonna give 20 seconds in between sides, and then we're gonna do some supine tuck-ups on our back, working our lower core. So if you aren't quite ready for all 40 seconds, just join for as little or as much as you can. You can also elevate your hand up where you would be an elevated plank, up like so, okay? Or join me down on the floor. Pick a side you wanna start, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Up and hold. You can also be on the knees. You really want to have the hips and shoulders in alignment. A lot of times we'll start to roll forward here. So chest up and back. Lift out of that bottom shoulder. And just breathing smooth. That's our 20-second mark. Give you every 10 from here. So if you're not quite ready for 40, you can just pick a different number or drop out and then come back in when you're ready. We're over 30 in, making our way to 40, holding strong, lifting through the hips and shoulders, and there's our 40. Beautiful. Come on down, switch sides. You got 20 seconds in between. So planks aren't the most exciting exercises to do, but we do them quite a bit in these classes because we're looking to have your body and your structure be as strong as possible. 3, 2, 1, come on up. So planks are one of the most recommended things for spinal health. They've shown that if you work to where your max effort can be about 90 seconds for a side plank, then those are the folks that tend to have very minimal back pain, even if they've had some history of back pain. Obviously, there's always exceptions to that, but there's been quite a bit of research out of Canada and such a couple decades ago now. It's been a while, time's catching up, but Stu McGill is a real big proponent of the side plank. We're at 30 seconds already, forgot to tell you the 20. Trying to distract you and myself from these holds. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. That's the end of the side planks for round 1. And next we'll do some tuck-ups. So we're gonna lie on our back. I'm gonna show the first round with knees bent. You can also go straight legs, and that will give you more of a challenge. We're really focused here on the position of the low back. You don't wanna let that low back arch, so rock the hips back, hold that core strong. And whenever you're ready, lifting the hips, relaxing the feet down. I'm trying to go nice and slow as I lower. My abs and core is pushing out. So not the time to try to suck your belly in. Allow that core to brace. That's how it protects your spine when we're lifting heavy objects or when we have to react to something quickly. So these aren't for speed, but nice and controlled, really fire strong, bracing throughout. We're 30 seconds down. And like I said, you can have straight legs on this as well. On the straight legs, just watch as you go down. Don't let yourself arch. You can always pull them up sooner and work this upper part. Good, there's our 40. Awesome, that's set one. Let's make our way back into position. Stretch those hip flexors a little bit if you feel good for that. And then 5 seconds, we're gonna roll right into set two of 3. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. Back to our planks on the side. Time to just relax and breathe and hold. You either go straight up overhead like I am here with the hand, or hold the hand on the hip. You'll notice I kind of vary it up as I move. That's 20 seconds. Keep lifting up through the core, or tend to kind of start to sink down, still lifting up out of that support shoulder. There's 30. Holding solid here. Anyone that wants more of a challenge, you could add like a rotation on this round or next round. And rest. So you start to get where you're mastering your planks. Don't worry, there's lots of variations to keep that challenge going. All right, set that elbow well right underneath that shoulder, stack the feet. Side number 2 in 2, 1, here we go. Up and hold. And again, like I mentioned earlier, if you want to challenge yourself a bit more, you can do some rotational work as you hold. There's also like the side plank dip where you lower down and lower up. And then I've seen all kinds of variations with that leg as well, where you can like lift the leg, pull the knee to the chest. It's endless. Right now in classes, we're just kind of focused on building some endurance in planks, and then we can add some variation as we build that nice strong base. Good job, that's 30 seconds. Lifting and holding. It's a really good time to kind of notice your mental talk as well, and rest. Beautiful job. Tuck ups or leg lowering abs next. These also can be done from a seated position where you pull the knees up to the chest while you're seated in a chair. Again, watching that low back, no arching. All right, get ready. 2, 1, here we go. Lifting the hips, focus on the down. Breathe. Really firing that core. Feel it push out. I like to even kind of hold my hand there. When I first started doing this, and I didn't like when I would feel kind of the belly push out. Just kind of felt like it was always the opposite of what I was trained as a young girl. I've always kind of suck it in. But the older you get, the more appreciation you have for why the body is designed to do what it does. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic, that's the end of set 2. We're gonna roll right into set 3 here in 20 seconds. And we have one more circuit after this. We'll do a couple stretches in between sets. All right, last time on this arm, stack that elbow right underneath the shoulder, square through the hips, and here we go. Up and hold. So remember, speak nicely to yourself. It's not always the most exciting thing to do on your own, so at least if you're here, if you're not working out with somebody in person, you got people to follow along with online, so thanks for being here and being part of this community. Coming up on our 30-second mark. The more rounds we do, the slower time gets. There's 30. Hold and breathe. Lifting out of the shoulder, lifting the hips, and all done there. Fantastic job. One more time, other side. Stack the elbow. Square the shoulders. And 3, 2, 1. Come on up. Up and hold. Breathe. Nice job. Very good. That's halfway for 20 seconds. Going all 40. You can see how my body's kind of wanting to pull forward. That's what we want to really work on. Everything back. As we start to get tired, our body kind of tend to curl in. There's our 30-second mark, 10 to go. Holding strong. If you need to rest, do it. Be kind to yourself. And we made it all done. Whew. Just the lower core last. And then we've got 8 minutes of circuit after this. Renegade rows, step or jumping jacks, a little bit of deadlifting, and some marches. All right, 2, 1, here we go. Up controlled. And let's do a couple of straight legs. So really not arching, really pushing out on the abdomen. Have you ever done weightlifting or have seen people do weightlifting where they wear the belts? They're wearing those belts as a reminder to the body to push out against. It's meant to remind the body to hold pressure there and to continue to stabilize that spine. Good job. We're 30 seconds down. And 2, 1, all done. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and repeat that quad stretch, kind of open up the hip flexors a bit. So on the side, grab the foot. Gently let that leg drive back. Very good. And flip her around, other side. The dog's looking at me from across the yard, standing by the door, like, why can't you come let me in right now? Cosmo! He'll not come over and say hello, though. He's my stepdog, I call him. Oh, his mom's home. And relax. All right, if you're comfortable for it, we're gonna do a couple press-ups on your stomach, again, to kind of open up the front of the body. Really important here, fire those glutes, protect the back, pull the shoulder blades back and down. Only come up as far as you're comfortable, so you don't have to force anything. Get trained to lengthen out of the hips, up and down a few times. Good. From here, we're gonna rock back. Place the hands, turn the toes under. We're gonna drive the hips up and stretch out that mid back a bit for down dog. Just kind of pulse the head between the arms here gently. And then from there, we're gonna get a nice stretch of the legs, pedal out the heels. All right, fantastic. So let's go ahead and start moving into the next piece. We're gonna be working for 8 minutes, 8 renegade rows. It's gonna be 4 on each arm. We're gonna move from there into some jumping jacks. We're gonna do 16 jumping jacks. Then we're gonna go 8 reps of a deadlift. And then we're gonna be moving into a weighted march. All right, so if you're not quite sure how to do these movements, just follow through with me as we go, make adjustments as you need. One thing I do wanna note though, on the renegade row, ideally we wanna have 2 weights the same side with at least some flat surface that it can stabilize you from a plank position. So you're either gonna be on your knees or up on the toes, rowing through. If you don't have access to weights like that, just go into a plank. So I'm just on my hands and you're just gonna row the arm up. Okay, pulling the thumb towards the armpit, shoulder blade back, elbow nice and high. Okay. If you don't feel quite ready for the ground, you can always do elevated position of a plank row. All right. Okay, with that, we'll go ahead, and I should just note, when I'm kind of giving some instruction, you may notice that every time I'm a little bit off on rep count. So just move with me, or all get some fitness in and have some fun. 2, 1, here we go. Breathe. Like I said, we're gonna be working for 8 minutes here. So you can move ahead if you know these movements, and you wanna move at your own pace, or if you wanna move a little slower. Okay, just kind of design it on what you feel best doing. And we already forgot what number we're on. And that's got to be about 4 each side. Go ahead and make your way to your feet. And upwards of 16 jumping jacks. 4 step. Very good. We're moving into our deadlifts next. See You have one weight, you can stand over top in like a straddle position, long spine, send those hips back, chin in, push through the feet, squeeze the glutes. Hinging over, standing tall. And I'll demo with 2 weights next round. Holding those shoulder blades back and down, using your upper body to keep that weight close to your center of gravity, right between the feet. And you don't have to go quite all the way down. If you're really tight in the back of your legs, it may be best just to go part way. So don't let your back round. All right, deadlifts are gonna be followed by a weighted march. You can hold the weights at your side or up the shoulders. Let's go about 16 steps each leg. Tall chest. From here, we're going right back to those renegade rows. Fantastic. Just under 2 minutes for round 1. So we're on pace to get about 4 rounds total if you're moving with me. Elbow high. Notice I have my feet a little bit wider than my hips. And focus to not have a whole lot of twist in the torso. Let's go one more just for fun each side here. All right. Coming to our feet for our jumping jacks. And 16, moving into the deadlifts. So I'm gonna show the deadlift this time with the same weights as the Renegade rows. Just kind of holding the weights to the side, feet just underneath the hips, tall chest, core strong, sending those hips back. And just going as far down as you can with a really nice flat back. Squeeze the glutes, stand tall. And notice I'm bringing my chin in to look down towards the floor as I hinge, rather than, a lot of times we see this on deadlifts, just like really extended through that neck. So looking straight ahead and looking down to the floor. Let's get out one more for good measure. Very good, and into that weighted march. About 16 steps each leg. Squeezing the glutes. Good job. From here, back to Renegade rows. We're moving well, still under halfway. And let's see, you can do these from the knees as well. Elbow high. Pulling it back and in, meaning the shoulder blade. So I try to think about pulling that shoulder blade in towards the spine. Really want to strengthen that back. Does wonders for our posture. And rather than speed, I like to pause against the torso. I should have definitely done more than 8 reps on this because I know I give more than 8 total. All right, good job. And jumping jacks next. Good job. Really focus on being light on the feet. Beautiful. From jumping jacks to deadlifts. This time I'll show with like a little bit larger dumbbell. When I have dumbbells like this, I like to place them vertical, standing tall. Over, down, fire the glutes. Deadlifts get a lot of slack in the mainstream culture. I've had so many times people say, I'm not supposed to deadlift. To me, I would say, does that mean you're never supposed to pick anything up off the ground? Or what exactly are we calling a deadlift? Very good. And you can also do a weighted march, a little bit larger weight, holding it up at the chest. Looks like the goblet position. About 16 each leg. Knees up, toes up. All right, beautiful. Let's go back to that Renegade row. Nice and solid, elbows high. Okay, our last full round. Really hold that core strong. Hips as square as you can. Let's go one more each side. Beautiful. Jumping jacks. Have some fun. Don't be too serious. There's plenty of seriousness out there in the world right now, so you can spread a little joy, break it up, shake it up. Send some happy hormones through our body. All right, should be just about that. Deadlifts next, tall chest, hinging over, knees push out, fire the glutes. Good. One or two more if you're with me. Fantastic. Got a minute to go. So let's see. Gonna hold a little bit uneven weights this time, a little bit heavier. A little bit heavier weighted march. Want to focus on chest up. The heavier you get, shoulders back. And I also like to think like palms slightly forward, depending upon what you're holding. You want to avoid this like sunken posture. So think like tall soldier and rest. All right, last set of renegade rows. And we've got like 20 seconds left. So I'm just gonna finish doing renegade rows all the way to the end. It's one of my favorite exercises, I can't lie. Lift it up out of that bottom shoulder, elbow nice and high. 2, 1, and there's our 8 minutes. Fantastic. Give yourself a round of applause. Virtual high fives, high tens. Grab a drink, and then let's do a quick little cool down stretch. I can find my words. Nice job, everybody. Hope everybody felt good there. Had some fun, got some good blood flow, build a little strength. Expand some vitality. That's what it's all about. Some consistency over time. Let's go ahead and come seated. And go feet flat on the ground. And just gently kind of rock the hips side to side here. Good. Come back up, sit a little taller. One leg in front of the body, cross the other one over. Sit as tall as you can as you pull that leg in. And if you're getting a good stretch here on the outer glute, stay here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can start to work this elbow on the outside of that knee and twist yourself around a little deeper. Breathe. Good, and same thing other side. Straighten that leg out, pull it in, sit tall, and up and around. Nice deep breaths. Very good. Let's come on to all fours. Just a couple more to finish here. So I'm going to do kind of like rounding up and slightly arch. Not hurting anything. Breathe through. Good job. We're going to kick one leg out to the side and rock the hip back to the heel. Open that inner thigh. Let's go about one more there, and then we'll switch sides. Get a good 3 on the other side. Get out. Mostly you'll feel this typically in the inner thigh on the leg that's outstretched. Every once in a while, when that foot is flat, I'll have someone that really feels it in that lateral leg, if that tends to be where they're holding tension. And then let's go ahead and come into child's pose to finish. We're going to go toes together, knees divide. Start by walking the arms out, dropping the hips back, drop the head down. Breathe into the back. I'm feeling a little stiff to the mid back, so I imagine I'm not the only one. Either up on your palm or come down to the forearm, hand behind the head, elbow to elbow. Let's get 5 nice smooth rotations, peering up to the ceiling and relaxing down. Up and open and close. Exhale as you twist. Get one more. And then same thing other side. Focus to lift up out of the bottom shoulder. Pausing in that open rotation. Really get the most out of that mobility piece. So bottom shoulders clicking just a little bit here. And rest. And then we'll finish with some thread the needle. Palm goes up. Just nice and gradually lowering that shoulder down to the floor. Just kind of work this one up. Shouldn't be painful. Just get a nice rotation through your torso. I actually also feel this in my back hip, a little bit on the side that I'm twisting towards. So it's kind of interesting where you'll feel it in your body. I've never noticed it here before in this position. And then same thing other side. Palm up. Gently thread under. Follow with your gaze. And breathe. All right, awesome job. Thanks so much for taking the time to take care of your body. The more you take care of your body, the more it'll take care of you. And we hope to see you all next time. In the meantime, stay hydrated, stay vital.